Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul for the month of December. This is everything that I have purchased or been gifted by friends and family for the month of December. I'm gonna kick this off with some more Lush goodies because I just really like their holiday stuff. And after I recently tried out that Yog Nog bath bomb, it's not a bath bomb, the bubble bar, there we go. After I tried out the Yog Nog bubble bar, I realized just how much I love that scent. I know people have been talking about it for years, I just never picked it up. But I tried it for the first time this winter and I love the smell of it. It's really caramelly and sweet and just sort of fits the holiday season. And I realized that they had it in a shower gel formula. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go pick it up. And I got the most enormous bottle of shower gel ever. So this is like the largest size that they make. It's a 1 liter bottle of Yog Nog by Lush. And I love this thing to pieces. It smells so freaking good. I haven't used it yet because I wanted to show it in this video, but it's next on my list to use after I get through Philosophy's Candy Cane Shower Gel. Oh, this is gonna last me an absolute lifetime because you really don't need that much with Lush's shower gels. So, I mean, this could even last me probably an entire year. I also like too that it's not just this golden color, but it's kind of like shot through with like, it's not glitter, I guess it's more shimmer product, but it's really nice. Now this does actually have a shelf life of almost exactly 1 year. It says used by December 25th, 2020. So I am gonna have to put, well, not just a massive dent in this thing in the next year, but I will have to actually finish it up. But I love this smell. I'm so excited to use it. I'm so glad I'm now on board with Yog Nog. People have been talking about this for ages. I don't know why, I just never tried it out. This sucker is expensive though. I think it's like 52 Canadian, or was it 62 Canadian? I don't really want to think about it, but there's a lot in here, so I'm really happy. And the other thing I decided to pick up from Lush is another old staple of theirs. And I think I asked on Instagram what other people's favorites were from the Lush holiday collection. And someone pointed out this, I don't even remember the name of it, but I know everybody has seen this over the years because I certainly have too. It's like their little gift thing, and when you shake it, there's something on the inside. So this is basically a bath bomb, and I just wanted to try it out because it was recommended to me by someone on Instagram, and it's been around for so long that I kind of just wanted to give it a shot. So I'm curious what's on the inside of that. Never used one, so I have no idea. And now I am absolutely covered in shimmer from that bath bomb. Okay, so what else did I get in December? So there's been a lot of holiday launches that I've talked about that I've just not been interested in. I feel like most of the holiday collections this year have been rather poo. But Melt Cosmetics launched their holiday collection, which the name escapes me right now. But I saw Amy put out a video on the 2 palettes for that collection, and I was like, I just have to pick them up. And originally I was going back and forth between the 2 palettes, and then I just decided to get both of them. So they are the Vida and Muerte palette by Melt Cosmetics. They do stick together like this as a sugar skull. I think that's the right term for it. And these palettes can be used completely separately, obviously, but they do make a really lovely color combination together. So Amy's video on the 2 palettes was so enticing. I'll link to her video down below. It's Amy from Amy Loves Makeup. Was so enticing that I was just flabbergasted at not only the looks that she created, but also the colors in these palettes, and I was gonna get them. This is my first time going to be trying out Melt Cosmetics, but look at the colors. And also this palette is way bigger than I was expecting it to be. This is absolutely massive. So the Vida palette is very bright, which I love. I love all these yellow and green tones. There's a few neutrals in the center, and then there's a lot of warm oranges and reds over here. I just think aesthetically, this is so appealing. I talk a lot about how I really like palettes more if they have a cohesive color layout, and this one just speaks to me so much. I haven't used it yet, I have only swatched it, but I cannot wait to dig into it. And then the accompanying palette for the collection is Muerte. And this one is much deeper. Again, the packaging on these is so beautiful. And they do slightly magnetize together. I mean, do not drop these 2 palettes, they will not hold each other, but they do stick together a little bit. So the Muerte palette is like this deep, I want to say like nightshade, night blossom type coloring. You've got a few bright ones here with these turquoise aquas, and then it goes into really deep aquas and blues, and then these like deep reds over here. I am just blown away by this color combination. I am so excited to play with these two palettes. I've never gotten into Melt before because I never really found a palette that completely appealed to me, but when they launched these, I was like, okay, I'm sold. I'm going to be trying out their formula finally. I can't wait to use these. They were super expensive. I think they were $77 or $76 each in Canada, which is a lot of money, but it actually worked out because I had a few gift cards from work for Sephora. We get bonus points for certain things in a program we have at work, and you can redeem it for gift cards. So I had like a $25 off gift card and a $50 off gift card for Sephora. And then I got this during the sale when it was like you can get $20 off a $75 order, and my friend Julie wasn't using her code. So I think I got one of these palettes for like $25 and the other one for $7. Something like that. It was a really good deal on these just because I had the gift cards and then the $20 off coupons for myself and my friend. But yeah, I'm anxious to try these. I hope they're really nice just because they're so beautiful to look at. And I've been curious about Melt for a long time, but their stacks, the eyeshadow stacks, were so expensive that I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money on the 4 or 5 shades that were in them. But there's more in these palettes, so I'm anxious to try these. I am planning to do a review on each of them, but it's been the holidays and it's just been absolutely wild lately. My schedule has been an absolute nightmare to deal with. But in the new year, I am planning on reviewing these and doing the whole 5 looks review and swatches videos that I do for palettes. So over the holidays, we spent a little bit of time in Wisconsin because my husband's family is there. And we drove over to Wisconsin from Toronto. And yes, it is over because Toronto is like directly in line with roughly the Madison area, which is where they're from in Wisconsin. And yeah, we have to go like under the lakes, but it's so hilarious to me how Toronto is so in line with where they live on the globe. Because people always think of Canada as being north of the US, and yeah, the bulk of Canada is north of the US, but Southern Ontario sticks very far down into the US. So anyway, because they are American and we do visit them every now and then, I take advantage by ordering things in the US and having them shipped to them, because then I don't have to pay for shipping. And it's fantastic because paying for stuff to get to Canada is so expensive. So one of the items that I knew I wanted, but I have no easy access to here in Canada, was the Jewvias Place Tribe Palette. And yes, I could have ordered this on Jewvias Place's website or on Ulta's website, but the reality is that you either have to hit a really high minimum shipping range, and sometimes you have to deal with customs, and I just didn't want to have to deal with any of that. Plus, Jewvias Place was having a really good Boxing Day sale, and I think I got this for $8, maybe 12. I think it's around the $20 mark generally, but I got it for a super sale and then I didn't have to pay for shipping at all. So I was super pleased about that. So this is not really a new palette. There's been a lot of people talking about this for quite a while. I just never got my hands on it, but it's one of those things that just sort of stuck in my head and I never stopped thinking about it. So that's why I picked it up, because it really never left my brain. The colors in here are so appealing to me. I love neon green like this kind of chartreuse lime green. My living room is basically this color, just a little bit more greenish and less on the yellow side. I used to paint all of my bedrooms this color. I'm obsessed with this color. And the aesthetic of this palette, although it's not this kind of bright green, it sort of plays off of that and I really like it. I'm especially enamored with this top row up here, which is all matte shadows. And then there's a few other mattes here, this one over here and this one here, but then the rest are shimmers, and there's just something about this palette. The color scheme really pulls me in, and it's one of those that I think they launched, I don't even know if they launched it this past year, but when they launched it, I just never stopped thinking about it. So when they finally went on sale and I was able to order it within the US, I snapped it up and I'm so happy that I got it. I can't wait to start playing with it. I just think it's really beautiful, and I can't think of who specifically I saw using this back in the day, but I feel like I just kept seeing it sort of in everybody's videos, and I just really liked the looks that they were doing with them. And again, back to that color scheme, I just find it so appealing. So I'm super happy that I got my hands on this palette. Here's a small thing that got gifted to me by my mother-in-law. She was originally given this by, I don't know if it was a friend or a family member, but she didn't love the scent of it and then asked me if I would want it, and I said absolutely, because I love the smell of the Bath & Body Works Vanilla Bean Noel. I used to buy a candle of this all the time, but I haven't done that in a few years, but I do know I love this smell. I keep opening it up just to get a whiff of it because it is so enticing. This is just their body lotion. I will run through this at some point. It's just a nice overall scent to me. I don't necessarily find that the Bath & Body Works body lotions are that moisturizing. Like, they're not super intensive or anything like that, but I do feel they work in a pinch, and I do really like the smell of them. So because we were in the US, my mother-in-law asked if she could give me a gift card to a shop that was in the area so that I could go shopping for my birthday, which is in January. And she offered a few suggestions, and ultimately I chose Ulta because we don't have Ulta here in Canada, so I just wanted to go shopping at Ulta. And they gave me a lovely gift card, and I went shopping at Ulta, and I have to say I really struggled. I really struggled to pick out items. Initially I walked in going, oh, I can't wait to pick out some new eyeshadow palette, something that's gonna excite me and entice me, something different, or maybe I won't get an eyeshadow palette, I'll get something new. And I walked around that store for an hour pondering what to get. None of the eyeshadow palettes there excited me. There weren't any brands there that I didn't have access to already. I already had all the Jewvias Place stuff that I wanted, especially because I got that Tribe palette in the mail. And honestly, I felt kind of deflated. I mean, I'm the one who chose this gift card, so it's my own fault for choosing that store. But I was expecting to find all kinds of things that I was interested in, and I didn't. And I think I tweeted about this, but this was the point to me where I've sort of like hit peak makeup saturation. If I can walk into a store with a lovely gift card and not know what to pick up, I don't even have words for it. It felt so bizarre. Anyway, I had this gift card, I had to spend it, so I decided to go with skincare items, which is really strange for me, and it feels really weird to say that I chose skincare, but honestly, none of the makeup was appealing, and I'd already picked up a bunch of things that I was interested in. So anyway, the number one thing that I picked up, and this is a pricey bugger, this is the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is an oil-based remover to essentially take off your makeup. And I was originally sent Dermalogica's Pre-Cleanse by PR probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I loved it. It is my absolute favorite oil-based makeup remover, but it is so expensive. It's $45 US, and I think it's 61, 62 Canadian. It is so much money. I've never been able to bring myself to pay that kind of money for an oil-based remover again, because I know I can get the Sephora collection one for like 18 bucks, or maybe one from a drugstore for around the $15 mark. So I have not bit the bullet to pay that much money for this product, even though I know I love it intensely. So this was kind of an opportunity to go and pick up Pre-Cleanse again, and I haven't smelled it since, but I remember loving it back in the day. I hope it still smells the same. Yeah, yeah, that's that smell. It's kind of like aloe and herbal. It's a really good scent. It works really well to get all of my makeup off, but holy smokes is it ever pricey. So I thought this was a good purchase because they'd given me a nice gift card, and this covered this and the next few items I'm gonna talk about. And it's not something that I would have spent my own money on, so yeah, I'm happy to have this back in my collection again. And the next two items that I got with that gift card are 2 packets of Neutrogena Hydrating Makeup Removing Wipes. I'm completely out of these in my storage cabinet. I thought I had more, turns out I have none. So I was very disappointed, I think 2 weeks ago when I discovered that. So I knew I had to get these again. But the problem with these, buying these in Canada, is that they are regularly $13.99. $13.99. The regular packet of the non-hydrating ones is like maybe $8. Why are these ones so expensive here? I can usually get them on sale. I think sometimes they'll drop down to about $7.99, or maybe it's $8.99, and then I'll pick them up at that price, because I'm not paying $14 for makeup removing wipes. However, in the US, these are like half that price, and usually they're on sale. So I think I got each of these was maybe $4.99, which is a great price tag. I should have gotten more than that, but I actually didn't know they were on sale because they did have a sale price listed beside them. I think they just said that they were $8, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll just grab two. But when I went to the cash, they turned out to be on sale. So I love these. These are the best. The hydrating ones, not the regular ones. The hydrating ones are totally different. This will get off all of your waterproof makeup, including hard to get off mascara. So these are my favorite. I always have these in stock. This is what I use to get my makeup off when I'm going from work to the gym. I keep it in my backpack at all times. These are wonderful. And then the very last thing I got with that gift card was a product that I know that I will run through at some point, and that is the NYX Micro Brow in Taupe. I would have gotten more, but they only had one there, so I snapped this one up immediately. I've talked about this for years now. I use this every single time that I'm doing my brows. I use it to fill in the top part of my brow because I feel like it's the best color match for me. For the bottom line, I use the IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Power. The two of those work great together. I feel like they give me the best definition and ability to fill in my brows because I just don't have that much brow. But I've gone through, I don't know, 20, 25 of these over the years. They are so good, and I will continue to buy them. And I thought it was a good purchase too, because everything that I picked up with this gift card is something that I will 100% run through completely. And that makes me feel good, because I keep talking about this recently in videos, but I've really reached this threshold where I'm like, I have so much stuff. And yes, I keep buying stuff. Like, I bought plenty of palettes this past month, but I'm starting to get to that point where it's like, this is not feasible to have so much makeup. And while I use it almost every day and I love having it, and I don't suffer from like a shopping issue, I'm not in debt or anything like that, there does come a point where it's a lot of stuff. And at some point you want to just pick up things to replace other things or items that you know you'll use up. So everything that I got from this Ulta gift card is something that I know I love dearly and will use up completely. And I do wonder how everybody else is feeling about their makeup consumption lately. It's not something I ever really spent a lot of time thinking about. I'm not concerned about it from a financial perspective or even from a clutter slash decluttering perspective. I'm mostly coming at it from the perspective of, I've got a lot of stuff that I love, but new stuff keeps coming out, and even though I might want to try the new stuff, I still love my old stuff dearly, and it's not getting as much use because we're constantly using new things. And YouTube is this weird world where it's like, if you're not posting about the latest stuff, people generally don't care. And I get it, because I'm that way too. I really don't care if somebody posts about their old chocolate bar palette anymore. But yeah, it's just this sort of weird place to be in, not only as a consumer, but also somebody who puts out YouTube videos, but who also watches YouTube videos. Like, I love watching hauls. I love seeing all the new stuff that people are getting, but at the same time, I'm realizing that, you know, there's only so much that we can use. So anyway, this turned into a totally different tangent. Didn't mean to go off on this sort of consumerist perspective, but yeah, it's funny how the world of YouTube has sort of changed a little bit. We used to pick up everything that was in sight, and now we're kind of like stepping back, being like, it's too much, it's too much. Anyway, I'm really excited about those palettes that I got. The skincare stuff is less interesting to me, but it is stuff that I will go through completely, so I'm happy to have it. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you found the haul and the ramble interesting. Thanks for joining me today. Happy New Year's Eve, because that's when this video is going up. I hope you are celebrating the new year however you would like to, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!